Meet Greg the engineer. Greg is a dedicated civil engineer who spends his days ensuring that construction projects run smoothly and efficiently. Greg is a civil engineer. He meticulously plans and oversees the construction of various structures, from residential buildings to large commercial projects. He works as a site chief. This role requires him to be on top of every detail, ensuring that the project adheres to the design, budget, and timeline. That means he's the boss of a construction site. He coordinates with architects, contractors, and workers to bring the blueprints to life. He tells everyone what to do. His leadership ensures that everyone knows their tasks, and that the work progresses without hitches. Sometimes it's tough being the boss, especially when things go wrong. Unexpected challenges can arise, from weather delays to supply shortages. Greg wakes up early every day. His mornings start before dawn, ensuring he has enough time to prepare for the day's challenges. He puts on his hard hat and safety boots. Safety is paramount in his line of work, and he ensures that he and his team are always protected. It's not always exciting, but it's a good job. The routine can be monotonous, but Greg finds satisfaction in the steady progress of the work. Greg likes to build things. The process of turning raw materials into a finished structure is something he finds deeply rewarding. He feels proud when a project is finished. Seeing the completed building standing tall gives him a sense of accomplishment. He likes seeing the building rise from the ground. Each floor added is a testament to the hard work and dedication of his team. It's like magic, but with concrete and steel. The transformation from blueprints to a tangible structure never ceases to amaze him. Greg knows he's good at his job. His skills and experience make him a valuable asset to any construction project. He's just not sure it's his dream job. Despite his success, Greg sometimes wonders if there's something more out there for him. Greg loves video games. Ever since he was a child, he found solace in the virtual worlds that games offered. The thrill of embarking on epic quests, the satisfaction of solving intricate puzzles, and the joy of achieving high scores have always captivated him. He spends hours in front of his computer, often losing track of time. The glow of the screen is his constant companion, especially during late-night gaming sessions. It's not just a hobby, it's a passion. When he's playing, he's in another world. The immersive experience of gaming transports him to places where he can be a hero, a strategist, or an explorer. It's an escape from reality, a place where he can be anyone and do anything. He forgets about all his problems. The stress of daily life melts away as he dives into his favorite games. It's a therapeutic experience, providing a much-needed break from the real world. He loves the challenge of beating a game. Each level conquered, each enemy defeated brings a sense of accomplishment. It's not just about winning, it's about the journey and the skills honed along the way. He loves the feeling of accomplishment. The euphoria of victory, the pride in overcoming difficult challenges, and the joy of mastering a game are unparalleled. Greg is also really into technology. His fascination with how things work extends beyond gaming. He enjoys tinkering with gadgets and understanding the mechanics behind them. He builds his own computers. From selecting the best components to assembling them with precision, Greg takes pride in creating powerful machines that can handle the latest games. He even writes his own programs. Coding is another one of his passions. The ability to create something from nothing to bring his ideas to life through code is like magic to him. It's like magic, but with code. The lines of text on the screen transform into functional programs, games, and tools. It's a skill that he continuously hones, always striving to improve. Greg thinks about making games one day. He dreams of creating his own virtual worlds, filled with adventures and challenges for others to enjoy. His notebook is filled with sketches and ideas for future games. He has so many ideas, from storylines to game mechanics. His mind is a treasure trove of creativity. He envisions games that are not only fun but also thought-provoking and innovative. He could spend all day coding and be happy. The process of creating, debugging, and perfecting his code brings him immense satisfaction. It's a labor of love. But then, he remembers his job. As much as he loves gaming and coding, he has responsibilities. The real world calls, and he has to answer. Being an engineer is a good job, right? It provides stability and a sense of purpose, but deep down, Greg knows where his true passion lies. Greg starts to feel stuck. At work, he's surrounded by blueprints and concrete. At home, he dreams in code and pixels. He feels like he's living two different lives. He tries to focus on his job, but it's hard. He'd rather be programming. He even starts bringing his laptop to work. During his lunch break, he hides in his office. He writes code instead of eating. Greg knows this is wrong. He can't keep living like this. He needs to make a choice. But it's a really hard choice. Section 4. The breaking point. One day, everything changes. The sun rises over the city, casting a golden hue over the buildings. It seems like any other day, but for Greg, it's the beginning of a transformation. There's a big problem at the construction site. A wall collapses. Thankfully, nobody is hurt. The site is in chaos, with workers scrambling to assess the damage and ensure everyone's safety. But Greg is shaken up. This is his responsibility. He feels the weight of the incident pressing down on him, knowing that it could have been much worse. He sits in his office staring at the blueprints. The lines and measurements blur together as he tries to make sense of what went wrong. He doesn't even open his laptop. The usual tools of his trade seem meaningless in the face of his overwhelming thoughts. He can't stop thinking about the wall. The image of the collapsed structure haunts him, replaying in his mind over and over. What if someone had been hurt? The thought sends a shiver down his spine. He imagines the worst-case scenarios, each one more terrifying than the last. What if he had been there? Greg realizes something. In that moment of clarity, he understands that his passion lies elsewhere. He doesn't care about the building, not really. The blueprints that once excited him now feel like a burden. He wants to build something else. His mind drifts to the digital realm where creativity knows no bounds. He wants to build worlds, digital worlds, places where imagination can run wild and the only limit is the creator's vision. Worlds that make people happy. Greg's new dream is to create digital landscapes that bring joy and wonder to those who explore them. Section 5. Building your own happiness. Greg quits his job. People think he's crazy, but Greg doesn't care. He's finally doing what he loves. He enrolls in a programming course. He spends all his time learning new things. It's not always easy. He has to work hard. He has to make sacrifices, but Greg is happy. He's building his dream, line by line of code, and that's all that matters.